Welcome to this training. You are going to receive so much wisdom, you won't be able to remember who you were before this. So stick with it if you are on your spiritual awakening journey, if you are on your manifestation journey, if you are aware there is a dimension shift, if you are aware that you have a soul mission, okay? My name's Emily Jackman. I'm a meditation teacher. I've worked online for 4 years, and I'm going to give you the absolute lowdown of the simplest, most advanced truths for you to change your life, to understand your purpose of being here, to rewrite the entire rule book, to collapse a society, to rebuild a society, all from within yourself. You are the only perceiver of everything in existence. You are creating this all. You are creating every single grain of sand. You are creating every government. You are creating every war. You are creating every millionaire. You are creating every billionaire. You are creating it all. And now is your time in this training to decide, what did I go along with just because I said that was true? What do I perceive is real because I've believed it for so long that I couldn't possibly not believe it? What could I say might not have been a conscious choice that I perceived, and therefore just assume that that is true? Assume that's reality, assume that exists, assume there's a moon because someone said there's a moon. It's down to the minute, every single thought to distinguish what can you actually logically defend as true when you have not experienced it yourself. When you have been told one thing that you are now questioning, you are now in the realm of understanding that you are here to question it all. Does questioning come with judgment? No, not in any dimension. Not in any dimension. Even if you're fully aware that, fully believe that some things are meant to be and maths is a truth, etc. Are you not allowed to question it? If you're not allowed to question something, then is it really true? Is it really valid? Is it really the highest form of truth that you could have? Because in any area of your life, for you not to desire to be able to question yourself means that you are held in slavery, you are held in bondage. That means that you are saying that growth is not eternal. And that's okay. But that's also hypocritical to the whole scheme of nature to say a seed is grown, it grows into a tree, turns into fruit, drops to the ground, turns into something else. It's eternal growth, whether the worm eats it, whether the fox eats the fruit and walks over there, shits it out and puts another fruit tree there. It's eternal growth. For you to not question where you're at, for you to not question the ideas that have been laid out for you to not question everything, is for you to deny the basis of reality which you've even been standing upon. So let's go. Now, so far on your spiritual awakening journey, you have understood concepts such as I am, the creator, source consciousness, this idea that there was a big bang, there was one moment in nothingness that everything came into being, correct? And we can take that on any idea of a lower conscious paradigm based on science as the highest truth, even though science is a labeling of what was already there. That is not really a high truth at all. It's just a systematic approach to labeling. Now, we can take the idea of ascension. If you're aware of ascension, the idea that source consciousness, same concept as Big Bang, wasn't aware that it was it and was in golden silence with just being, the awareness. And all of a sudden, the awareness said, oh my goodness, I am aware, I am here. Just as a child in a metaphorical microcosm of the macrocosm of the entire cosmos, evolution of a Big Bang theory in theory. Of a child, age 5, age 7, going, oh my goodness, I am. As a baby, realizing if they throw the ball, it moved from them. Oh my God, I am something, right? That the journey of what you are realizing moment to moment in the only moment of now is the same journey, no matter whether you're up here, knowing you're God, or you're down here, perceiving that you are God to an ant because you hold their life in your hands. or you right now perceiving from moment to moment, I am something important. No, I am not. I am something important. No, I am not. This journey of embodiment is so infinite that this is what you need to understand. This is what you need to get. That it is not and does not have an ending. In the idea of a spiritual path, the idea of a poetic, psychedelic nature of being is the point and purpose of now. It is saying that the social construct, the purpose of humanity, the purpose of waking up in the morning is completely changed. Completely changed. For the poets out there, for the mystics, if you've always woken up and you thought like, what is the fucking point of all this? What is the point of going to work? Where does it end? Where does it end? And I'm not going to use a basic metaphor of school, college, uni, go, get a job, die, because it's so boring. It's so old hat. I'm asking you this question. If in this one moment your purpose was to feel better, who's not to say that was always the purpose? Who's not to say it was your judgment that someone else gave it the impression that that wasn't the purpose all the time for everyone? If you've ever felt like a mystic on the outside, if you've ever felt like a lone wolf, who's not to say, and I'm sure you questioned it yourself, to say, why am I the only one that doesn't seem to be having that much fun here? Why am I the only one that feels like this? But here's the thing. By not saying how you felt, because it was your assumption that no one else felt it, one, you can't assume that everyone else didn't feel that, but they equally weren't speaking up just like you didn't. Two, we can't assume that they weren't assuming a different assumption altogether and it was just our negative projection projecting that they weren't. E.g., if their main joy, if their purpose was to have joy all the time, but your purpose was looking at them saying, why aren't I having as much joy as them? We can't say that we weren't the only one in ignorance and they all were. We can't say that they're so higher conscious that they've come down to play an ignorant character that doesn't need to discuss the purpose of life because they're aware they're freaking living it. It's to live in joy, to live in abundance, to live with the disgraces of life, the filth, the dirt, the pain, the sorrow, but they don't want to discuss it because they know they're a soul. So who is the judge? Who was the ignorant one? Us. Super conscious, super empathetic, telepathic, looking around going, this doesn't feel right. We have come to free ourselves of the ignorance of judgment, the ignorance of not assuming that all is well, all is perfect, all souls know what they're doing, not here to look at them and project our stuff, here to embody it, here to assume the best is always happening from us, doing the best for us in our moment. So, if we take it down to a poetic level compared to the comparative social construct that I used to perceive it was, which I used to perceive, I was on the outside, I was inauthentic, I don't really care if even someone is a prick. I'd rather be a prick and invest in that character and just know that I couldn't be pushed, I couldn't be changed, I couldn't be swayed if someone said something more magical to me that I'd go, maybe that's the truth. And this prick can be told 10,000 magical things and still be like, fuck off, not into that shit. I just love that someone could claim their truth. And that's what I'm here to do. That's what you're here to do. To claim this truth that never changes. But you know that you're here to eternally grow and evolve. And you love that. That's what gets us out of bed in the morning. We are eternally open to being swayed. We're open to more and more and more wisdom, more knowledge, more ideas, more creativity, more of our self-expression of our soul, right? So, how do we balance this fine line between grounding a truth and helping others, which I know you came here to do, help others, serve others? How do you come to this grounding baseline of saying, okay, here's the end chapter of who I think I had to get to become the next evolved step for my character? Yeah, there has to be a baseline now where you say, these are my truths and I won't be knocked from them. Meaning that you can walk in confidence, you can live in clarity, meaning you can serve as an abundance, meaning you don't give a fuck that someone looks like they're above or below you. It doesn't matter. You've come to your cemented place where you say, I can't be swayed from these. Okay? Now, right now you're probably saying, I've never had that. I've always been open to interpretation. I've always been open to growth. That's probably why you felt so socially strange sometimes, not sure what to say to people because you're like, maybe they're going to say something that's going to blow my mind and everything's going to come ricocheting like a domino effect. I'm going to be like, That was so different now. I can perceive the past, perceive the future. Maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong. Oh my God, I see it so differently now, right? That's how I was. I was always just like, I'm open to someone changing my mind about a past trauma. I'm open to someone shedding light on a past joy. I don't really mind. I'm not set, but we need to come to these set truths now, and you are ready to. So what could be a set truth for you? A set truth that is also malleable in the higher truth of eternal growth is something like, I'm here to eternally grow. Now, what if you took that malleable but foundational truth that you grab and you're just like, source God, my soul, society, anyone that fucking meets me knows that I'm here to eternally grow. So when they try and push me, when I feel that whole old childhood trauma coming up going, oh my God, I think I'm going to change my mind. Oh my God, I don't think I know who I am. No, I do. I'm someone that is here to eternally grow. Right? So is there nervousness there? No. If someone has that knowing of you, that your intention, your value is that you are here to eternally grow, you can't be knocked, you can't be pushed, you wouldn't walk around unconfident, you'd be open, you'd be the person that someone say it and you're open to say, oh my God, that's reminded me of my past trauma. Thank you so much for saying it in that way because I'm here to eternally grow. You've really fucking helped me there. Not inside your head, introvert, extrovert on the outside, mixing this thing going, oh, better get my notebook out and write that secret note down. Remember the quote. Say the quote. Be that person, right? Now, why do I say this? I say this because the purpose of humanity is in your hands now for your definition and these foundational truths that you came here to just finally get to a point and say, fuck it, man. I know who I am. I'm not here to tiptoe and hire a coach and do another meditation to know who I am. I know who I am, right? And I know you feel scared to say that. I know you feel confused to say that because the basis of your purpose is so far away from the base of the purpose that other people said or we projected was said in 3D, in the norm, social construct, marriage, kids, have a job, go to work and die. Compared to that purpose of our projected simplicity of that trajectory for humanity, our purpose seems a bit wishy-washy. Our purpose seems a bit out there, but it's really, really not. When you start playing this game of realizing and kind of comparing dimensions, comparing societies and saying, well, even if I claim the truth that I'm here to eternally grow, I believe that someone that was going to go school, college, uni, job, die was here to eternally grow. So on some level, it was my own fear of claiming my highest truth and not sharing that so that people in a lower conscious perspective could equally attach to and say, so am I actually. I see that we might do it a different way. I'm doing it through the idea that I have a house and I find a wife and I have a child and they go to school, whatever. But I too am here to eternally grow. And can you see, therefore, that not coming to these foundational grounding truths for ourselves that have always been there, but we're too scared to claim them because they look too controversial to this one, they actually aren't. And that's why we felt so not involved, that we didn't belong here, because it's the same truth going higher and higher and higher and higher when we choose to claim it. Therefore, when we claim it in ourselves, we can then project that. We can then share that, where then we can speak confidently, easily, effortlessly, truthfully, relaxed. And then, what do you know, is the saying, your light guides others. Your light will shine so bright. Others can then be attracted to say, I'm here to eternally grow. I didn't put it into words like that. I didn't use the idea that there was a conscious evolution. I didn't use those terminology, but I am trying to eternally grow. It might be that they go to the gym all the time. It might be that they have a hobby they want to. But you see, the first truth now as an advanced spiritual seeker is to stop looking around and wondering, like, when's this going to land? When am I going to find my character? When am I going to know who I am? When's my higher self going to talk to me? When's those ET beings going to tell me my light mission? Your mission is to stand in all your truth right now and to almost write your own 10 commandments, like this is the beginning of the age of the Aquarius, and saying to yourself, who the fuck am I? On conscious terms that you know are applicable in every dimension, because they're so based in source light, they're so based in truth, universal truth, here to eternally expand, here to eternally grow. that it's undeniable to your souls, to your DNA, to your cells, to your consciousness, to low conscious, to high conscious, to all beings in the cosmos that would never be able to push you down and shake you and make you feel like you're not speaking your truth enough because they're so universal. Do you see that in a social setting? Do you see that when you start serving clients, if you have these foundational core values, you are not going to feel like you're a new coach. You're not going to feel like you don't deserve to be there. You're going to be so whitewashed in the truth that anyone, millionaire coach, billionaire coach, 1p coach, come talk to you, and you're just like, that's just who I am. This is who I am. This is what I teach. This is what I want to explore. Because what do we know about self-service to others? Service to others is about first serving to self, because you're a part of the other. You being based in your foundational core truths, the highest truths that you can. Not I am source consciousness, a tangible, conscious, undeniable, standard baseline core value truth. So your first mission, find your core truths. Write them down. Repeat them, know them, be them. You know it already, but you've been ignoring them, trying to find something more woo-woo out there, something more, I am a holistic drum player who activates DNA soul remembrance from Arcturus specifically. And it's like, babe, that one's going to come when you are stopped judging that the thing you're looking for hasn't always fucking been there. Because I know on a conscious level that you know it's always been there, and that you're here to clean the veils, to clear the light, to clear the way, and see clearly that what you're wishing was there, has always been there, if you were attracting these foundational truths. Now, here's where we get into the juiciness of it, because right now you're probably sat there and going, oh, I know I'm source consciousness. I know I'm a soul in human form, incarnate to help with the ascension, but I'm aware that I live in every dimension right now. So therefore there's nothing I really need to do here apart from be the light. And how do I be the light? I be that through looking at the consciousness levels. And I'm here to get rid of the fear and release the fear, and know that I'm the dark as well, and not even try and get rid of the dark. Just hold myself true in the center point of my heart, and therefore hold all things as equal, and therefore just meditate and be the center point and be non-judgment, be compassionate, be the oneness view, the witness of it all, realizing that all is one. There's no bad, no good. There's no comparison to any of it. I'm creating it all, but so what? What do you want to do with that? And I'm sure that right now you're understanding that you're here to actually be able to elevate yourself to a point of consciousness that, wherever you're at on your journey, if you need some help understanding a little bit more about this, and I have the trainings, to understand that you are shifting from a lower amount of light being able to be received to a higher. So what do you have to do for that? Let's say this. If your cells needed more water, you would have to drink more water, right? It's very simple. You'd have to drink more water. So right now there's more light coming. I don't want to teach it in this way. I want to teach it in this way. To sit and know things is 1. To desire to become it is 2. To know how to get there is 3. But to desire to get there is 4. To know that when you get there is a place that you would have already got to because you're aware that you know you're already there is 5. But to really experience that you have jumped there, that you have become the thing that you were looking back at, 6. 7. Would you even know you've got there because you'd just be the thing, 8. Now, this way of realizing that once you become your higher self, you wouldn't realize you become your higher self because you'd be the higher self, is the journey. It's of noticing that the only way that you would even compare that you got 6-pack because you worked out for a year is to look back at a photo. But if you weren't holding on to the photo and you just went one foot in front of the other and you just kept becoming this person, you never look back, you would never remember what you weren't. The journey of awakening to become what you know you are is about not looking back, and comparing how far you've got to because you're now aware of where you are. It's being in this center point, and literally knowing that you're all, but doing the work to stop comparing this old dimension, this old social construct, and based on where you were to then what you're going to do and how you're going to heal and why and all the logic, is to squash that voice and to literally become oblivious that there's anything to do. Oblivious that you're doing anything because you just told me that you already know what you're supposed to do and there's nothing you need to do because you've become it. So if that's true, if you already know you're exactly where you need to be, then there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. But you know there is something to do. And it's a trippy experience. I know that you're not using your logic to say, I know I don't have to do anything because I'm already source consciousness, but I know that I do have to do something because I am source consciousness that wants to experience traveling back to more of what it was. Yeah, more of what it was. And again, if you need the trainings on that, I got other trainings. But for the people that know this, here's the fun, okay? When you are not looking back as a comparative time to know where you've come from, to thank yourself, to become aware of the journey. And it's only a flicker of a memory, a flicker at most, of the gratitude of how expansive this journey really is, then you're in the journey. Now, what do I mean by this? When you stop preaching that you're trying to be grateful and that you're aware it's a journey and that you know it's a game and that this is such a beautiful place and the amount of appreciation you have for it, when you stop needing to do those things and you're experiencing a level where you are looking around even at the same shit that you judged then, and you're actually not able to not see it as a beautiful game and that you appreciate it and you're aware of the experience, that's good stage. Very deep advanced stage. And that's the stage at that point that I come in for people. Because they're dipping the toe in the two waters. They're saying they know all the stuff, but then they're looking around and they're waiting for when it's going to happen. What's the thing I'm looking for to make it feel real? To make all this knowledge of knowing it's a game real? And really to embody the fun of it, to get to this point, you with the six-pack, you with the business, you with the money, you with the whatever you desire, your higher conscious perspective assumes is rightfully theirs, and therefore that's the only thing they can project through their inner self-perception. It's such a high self-worth status. At that point, they are that, and they aren't in your mindset that you are currently in of thinking about how to become that. If that was the case, then this you would not be happy either, and this you with all the stuff would be thinking, how can they get to their sixth dimension? Because this is shit. This is still enslavement. This is still horrible. This is still social enslavement. Oh my God, I just need to be free out of my body now. I just need more and more and more. I just need to go 70. And when they're in the 70s, see. So here's where we get real. The you now that is still projecting an identity that is not in the knowledge that it knows. E.g., this is a game. This is a beautiful experience. You are source consciousness. You are the cosmos itself. You are cells. You are light. You are powerful. Of all the things that you say you know, of all the books you've read, of all the manifesting audios you've done, of all the mentors you've invested in, when you're at the point that you're still looking of how to get the stuff that I think I want, how to do the thing, how to ascend, how to evolve at an accelerated speed, how to harness the light, how? Whilst you're asking how, you won't become this. This you stopped asking how a long time ago. And in this video, this is what I want you to stop. Stop pushing this away by asking how you did it. Accept that how you did it was by becoming it. Simple as that. Accept that how you did it was at the times when you were like, oh my God, I need to be more grateful because I know I'm not being grateful, is to acknowledge from your center point of non-judgment to say, and to merge all the truth and to say, I acknowledge that right now this is a beautiful experience of source consciousness not feeling grateful. How incredible that source consciousness played and sets up this whole game just to have a feeling right now in this vessel of pure, extreme, dense, disgusting ungratefulness. How incredible. I'm so grateful as the witness of the observer of this game playing light dimension, holographic reality projected through my own inner self-perception from all time and space, that the one thing that I'm choosing to only focus on right now is this version of me that is ungrateful. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that so hilarious? I could do anything. I could look at a pen and say, what is that? That's so cool that humans apparently came up with something to write with. That's so cool. But in this one moment, because I'm trying to get to be the person that does look at the pen and feels grateful to the magic of life in this one moment of now, that I'm just grateful for anything. Isn't it interesting that instead of trying to find something to be grateful for, I ask again, how can I get to be the person that's grateful? And in the moment that I'm asking how, I feel ungrateful for everything, meaning that I am one step further again from not being this person. But if I then use my awareness of what I'm supposed to be doing, being the observer, that in that moment that I am ungrateful, I can then activate my sense of presence and say, oh, wow, a moment like that. Source, release it, have it, it's yours. That was the last moment that I would allow myself only to feel ungrateful. Because you needed it. You wanted it, Source. Now I choose to be grateful of the moment that I realized that I was being ungrateful. The moment that I realized that I'm grateful that Source Consciousness got to feel what it wanted to feel in that dimension of ungratefulness. Therefore, the gratefulness alchemizes, becomes neutral. And you just sit in the presence again and again and again. How grateful I am to perceive the moment that you say there's no money in the bank account. How grateful I am to perceive the illusion of this light holographic reality that I was still playing in, to deem my worth on numbers that are based in a supposed bank account, to base my worth as a cosmological being on the illusion of the entire paradigm that I'm trying to collapse, on the social construct of finances I'm trying to collapse, that I, myself, higher conscious advanced wisdom, let myself fall into the illusion again of basing myself off of the money, which I'm actually thinking that I'm trying to coach people away from, and I let myself get into that. And therefore you feel so sludgy, you even feel more like shit. You say, I shouldn't be a coach, I'm fucked up. If I can't do it, of course they can't do it. And I'm not doing them right by falling into this trap. I'll never get to be this person because I don't deserve it. With all that, in that moment, instead of actually playing the identity of the one perception of saying, I don't have money in my bank account and feeling low, you look at it again and say, wow, whoa, whoa. Isn't that incredible? The stories that our neural pathways can play. Isn't that incredible that with all the wisdom of knowing, it can still take someone on a tunnel? Doesn't that activate your compassion for the real people that you truly want to serve here? And you say once again, wow, the fact that I feel so trapped, I can feel the trappedness. God knows how they must feel. God knows how they must feel. I have a duty here to reclaim again and again my energy and say, I know this is an illusion. What a beautiful illusion. My self-worth is based on my attention to be present with self, to be neutral, to be aware that it's beautiful no matter what. It's beautiful. It's a game. And you know that you could rationalize the fact that you're even sat there saying my self-worth, my whole worth is based on the numbers in my bank account. Where did that come from? Okay, sit down as a child and tell them that. You know you don't even believe it. You know you don't believe it. You know you don't believe it. You know you don't believe it. So it's like, yeah, but it feels like shit. I feel like I should be worthy of more. There should be clients. There should be money rolling in. Where's the manifestations? And it's like this. Okay. I'll give you a good example. I'm selling my house. Okay. And while I'm selling my house, I'm looking for a rented house. Places coming up. 10 people going for a rented house. Me with my manifestation. This is so cool. I'm practicing all my wisdom of play. 10 people go for the house. They could choose anyone. This is potluck. I'm believing that it's not based anymore on the money. It's not based anymore on situation. It's based on the idea of the infinite, that one landlord could have an array of ideas of why they want to have someone to live in the house. They could have just lost their mother, so they want a mother that's 65. They could have been traveling in India, so they want someone from India. They could have had nervous breakdown and someone says, oh, my daughter just had breakdown and I'm moving back to meet them. Nothing to do with the idea that, oh, how have we got the money in the bank? What's our job status like? Have we got CCJs? Anything like that. Understand? Quantum living now. You understand what I said at the beginning, the purpose of life? You get to define reality from your perspective now. So the good example of me looking for rented houses. I am not basing the idea that someone's going to choose me to rent on the one box where you work, what the income, who's with, da la la, how long you've been in the area, boom. For me, it's a vibrational match that source, consciousness, and me have agreed to experience the most juiciest, eating the golden apple, eating the big juicy burger with all the trimmings, of saying through this process, how much fun can I have with my belief system? What do I really believe as a soul spiritual seeker? What do I really believe is happening right now? I believe that my vibrational match is being played with by myself to give me the best outcome, to become the best version of me, to actually be able to embody the truths that I've learned, that I preach, that I teach more. And what's the barometer on this? The barometer is this. Be homeless because don't find a place. Still, like, I know that reality is there going, homelessness, what a journey that will be. What a journey that'll be. Source being like, your home's within you. And you wanted to believe that, Emily. What do you think the monks, why do you think I don't see Buddhists, but why do you think the yogis give everything up? So that they can actually live and breathe their embodied truth that they felt at the beginning. They felt that was true. And they really wanted to, I'm not going to say test in a bad way, they wanted to test themselves to be like, I believe that shit. So of course I can give up everything. And then you go day by day by day by day with less, right? In that paradigm. To be like, well, that's what I said at the beginning. But without giving it up, it's almost easier to give it up. Yeah. So almost like this idea of going homeless from my barometer of embodiment to my higher truths, let's say the 10 foundational truths of your own, that my home is within. Why does it matter where I live? Not matter. Interesting, huh? To the longest, to the, let's say, easier. Physiologically, I won't even say physiologically, to the identity where it's like, no, you made the money, you got the house, something else happened, amazing. What's the biggest thing? Let's just say biggest thing in the idea of renting a house. Some random person, there was this madhouse, on the equator, and someone hires me, my family, they pay me extravagant amount of money, and they want me to come and live there 6 months and teach them everything I know, be their guide, everything. Amazing land, fresh food, learn to grow, like some mad shit out here, where even the idea of renting a house in this town, just because while my house sells, is like, right? Crazy. So the timeline of logic is inclusive here. Yeah. The logical approach to anything in life now, based on the old, let's say, 10 commandments of your reality, like more money has to come through this, or obviously you have to do this to do this. Obviously that doesn't happen like that. Obviously, They look at this. This whole thing in your identity has been told to you, and it's therefore not yours. Anything that's been told to you is not yours. Okay? This now, of all your spiritual truths, is your time to now re-sculpt, redesign, completely dissolve this one. Any old remnant of old thinking stops you going into your future. So let's say this, your old thinking, let's say here, stops you going into this version of you. Because this version of you doesn't think this. This version of you who says, oh, I want the house manifest. One, I personally believe that when you're in this transitionary period, you're not here to jump here. You know where you're here to jump to? The version of you that didn't believe that the version of you that believed that, it's going to be really difficult going against 10 people. You know what a quantum leap is to me? You feeling like it's actually really fun. People think quantum leap is going from working in chicken shop to having 10k a month. It's not quantum leap. Version of you is hating working in chicken shop to appreciate working in chicken shop. Then the version of you appreciating chicken shop, appreciate other people around them in chicken shop, compassion. Version of you with the compassion, appreciating other people in the shop, appreciate other people eating the chicken shop. Love for all, unconditional love for all, no judgment. Person you loving the people in the chicken shop, then step into their service saying, I was really in judgment. I was in judgment of me, I was in judgment of oil, judgment of the chicken, judgment of the farmers, judgment of the people that eat it, hating myself for working in chicken shop. Quantum leap for you is not 10k, 50k, 100k months serving people online with a massive program. Babes. And the idea of coaching industry has turned into this. That until you're this, you're not the thing. This is the fun. To get to become the person that hates working in the chicken shop, in the supermarket, wherever, to get to be the person that holds himself each day to say, this is a fun game, I'm here for the experience, I am in for every moment, every freaking juicy moment. I know this is a hologram of who I am, and there is not going to be anything that's going to change around it, and I don't want anything to change around it until I am the change. Rather than saying, I know this would change if I was grateful. Fuck me, I'm not being grateful again. And it doesn't change. And then you punish yourself again. And then you see it again tomorrow. And you hate it even more. That is the illusion. That's the whole thing that's held this reality together in the first place. So to really quantum leap is for you to look deeply at all the things you know and cherish them and be like, wow, I have the tools to change anything. Quantum leap to become this person is the you today that didn't believe you had the tools to the you right now that believes you do. In that moment, that one belief, you become the you there. That you in the future, make the 10k, 100k, serving millions of people, that you believes they hold the tools to change their whole future. The you now, trying to become that, trying to wonder how, not like that. This, when they say an organic ascension, what I mean by this is this. When I've been told in the past by my channels, I can't force ascension, I can't force it, you will get forced back. What I mean by this is this. To not appreciate the moment-to-moment awareness that everything is already there now, not as a concept, as an actual desire to say this. If nothing in my life changed outside myself ever again, could I be happy? Could I be the person that I long to be? Could I be the epitome of enlightenment? Could I be the light? And the answer is yes. Because if you really embodied the things you're saying you want to, oneness, non-judgment, compassion, love, unconditional love, joy, awareness of game, connection, channeling, pure meditation, silent mind, nothingness, pure imagination, visualization. you would not see the stuff around you as you see it now. Therefore, it's not about becoming this millionaire coach to then experience something new. The path of becoming this high dimensional being, not millionaire coach, high dimensional being, however you like to see it, to ascend to fifth dimension, heaven on earth, reality for all, cosmological light site, yeah, everything turned on. The organic nature of it is actually in the moment to moment neural pathway severing. You can't force a neural pathway severing just because you've seen someone else earn £10,000 and you know it's physically possible to then set up a coaching business. It won't work. It will get pushed back. It will be, you won't become the person. You'll just become the person that said, I know how to do the thing. But you really want to kill that dream and you want to become the you now that nothing changed around them. And then you sat in that center point and you were like, I am the being. I am the everything. I am the light. I am the overflow. I have it all within me. That point, that is when the real, the true, the divine, the unwavering you releases themselves and says, I now know I'm going to create this. I am ready to serve. I'm so ready to serve. And there's been this distortion, there's been this confusion, there's been this timeline thing in the middle here where everyone goes, oh, I know some stuff. I need to make a program, make the money. Fuck the money. Do I want someone sat on my social media, on my TikTok, on my Instagram for fucking 3 hours scrolling me? I want them free. I want them going about their daily life with their kids, with their family, with their friends, on their own, in their motherfucking shit job. And I want them saying to themselves again, I love being here. I'm so happy I'm here. I love being here. I don't want them saying, how can I help everyone else love being here? Oh my God, I'm so fucking pissed off. I'm doing it wrong again. I'm still here. When's it going to change? When am I going to get out of this shit position? I want them to be able to understand that the moment to moment precision of the awareness is where the joy is held, when you're like, oh my God, the illusion, the distortion made me even desire to not be where I'm at, even though I've only been trying to find the now. Duh. Huh? So, 9 minutes left on this training, okay? Neural rewiring, okay? Every single thought you've ever had in your head that you have not put there yourself needs taking out, and you need to rewrite it. The 12 key areas of your life, let's say your finances, your relationship, your view of the world, what a door is. If you've gone around saying this, oh, look at the sky, someone told you it's called sky, you still want to call it sky? Say, I love the sky, and reclaim it as your own thought. Anything being told to you has to come to an end, because new you decided every single one of their thoughts. Every single one of their thoughts. Anything your parents said, fine. Anything the news say, government say, school say, all that stuff, someone else told you. They told you it was called a road. They told you it was called a chicken. They told you it was called a lamppost. All that shit. Do you need to know all that shit? No, you don't. If you want to know it, then you reclaim it. Okay? This is what I want you to do from now on. I want you to invite yourself to stop hoping and praying and dreaming and desiring to be somewhere else as somewhere else doing something else. This is where the dark lives, in that idea that there's somewhere else that you should be. There's something else you should be doing. There's someone else. There's something else. There's always something else, because if you really, really understand this concept, that you're saying that now, then guess what? Even if you got all this stuff, you'd always still be that person. Do you understand? You want to purge the feeling you have now. Not through coaching business, having coach telling you how to start business. It's a process, it's a way, it's a path. But if you haven't done the work, then why even invest like that? You're going to be sat there saying, okay, I'm going to coach people on making sure that they feel this way, but you still feel like you're not where you want to be. So your energy is going to be showing them that there's a way they could feel somewhere different, but also that the only way that you're saying that that can happen is if they go through that yuckiness that you did, the praying, the wishing, the hoping? Or could you be the coach that is this different lineage, this, let's say, meditative, neutral space of coaching now that takes away that and says, wherever I am, I am. I coach from this place. I look them straight in the eye and I say, I know where you are. I love where you are. And when you say to me, it's not good though, I don't like it, I don't have the money, I don't have the work, I'm not fulfilling my passions. In that moment, we say, hey, who told you you weren't? And you look at that belief and you really look at it and you say, oh my God, it doesn't even make any sense. How can I logically say I'm not doing anything? How can you? Because your higher conscious truth knows you're doing all the things anyway. So we have to reclaim all the old beliefs that you're judging yourself on, reclaim all these lower thoughts saying like, I haven't done this, I should be doing this, I wish I was doing this, I'm not doing this fucking sucks. And look at it and be like, the only way you can even say those things is because someone else told you that you're not, or that you keep maintaining that you're not, based on comparisons to what? This is the awakening process. It's moment by moment. It's minute by minute. It's thought by thought, belief by belief, beauty by beauty. Purge every single thing. And this is what I want to help you with. I want to help you with the moment to moment, to accepting where you are is perfect. And not as a concept, as a vibrational truth that you are like, fuck, it is, I am. And then the divine intuition comes. And then you take the divine action. Then you know what to create. Not, oh shit, this is fucked up. I know some stuff and I'm going to embody it through learning from a business coach, and then I'm going to teach the stuff. No, I want you to have a journey, have the process, be the thing for you. Nothing else exists outside you in these four walls. Stop thinking that everyone needs saving. They don't. Stop thinking that the only way you can make money is from teaching other people the things that you think you know by now and still feeling shit. You still feel shit. Stop thinking that. Come to those, like I said at the beginning, come to those baseline truths. Find your power, find your truth for you. True creation. Not based on someone said you can make a coaching business and help people ascend through the fifth dimension. Fuck all that. What do you believe is true? Do you believe you're here for joy? Do you believe that there is this something inside you that is just free flowing? Do you believe that anything has to exist? Do you believe that Africa can exist without you saying it exists? Do you believe that there's a star system out there without you saying that it exists? Up to you. You know, it's this level of allowing yourself the rewriting of your beliefs to then create the reality that you choose. Coaching ain't the only way. Embodiment is the only way. Embodiment. And you do that through testing things. You might say, okay, well, I do believe you have to do yoga to embody. Okay, so go and do some yoga. If you really believe that, go and do it. Don't fuck yourself over with a belief that you think you have to, but you can't get past it, and then that you don't believe that can happen without it, but you're still not doing it. If you really believe that, you must go do it. Or you can play around with the idea that maybe somewhere in the past, someone has told you that you had to do yoga to ascend. Probably, right? And you really have to look at it and be like, do I actually believe that God said, unless you do yoga, you bad? You bad. Or do you believe that in the ancient Vedic times, they understood that their bodies were a vessel and they practiced these movements because it helped them? Same thing, you could say, do you know what? I do this because I believe it will be helpful and joyful for me. You know, that's what I mean. It can look the same, but the positioning can be different. The vantage point can be different, okay? This is what I want to help you with. Your mindset, learning to meditate so you can come to that center point no matter wherever you are. I want to help you completely redesign your reality based on a truth that's yours. That's yours. I want you to feel like there's so much fucking imagination coming out of you. You don't know where reality starts. You don't know where it even begun. You don't even care what tomorrow is because you realize it doesn't exist. That there's no tomorrow that is outside of what you claim it as. That you're unable to remember what the fuck you used to think about because you have to forget to become this person anyway. So activating a belief that you're here to forget again is the same as the 3D that you came in here to forget, right? Now you're here to forget 3D with an intention. You're claiming an awareness that you're going back into higher consciousness with an ignorance to lower conscious. Do you see the dual nature? You have to become ignorant to lower consciousness to therefore activate your conscious super consciousness. And that's what I'm here to help you with. Yes, I can help you with the coaching. Yes, I can help you set up your business. I've done it all. But what's really got to me to the position is to be like, fuck, people aren't enjoying their journeys enough. Fuck, their embodiment is going way too slow because they're jumping. They're trying to jump to somewhere else as if that's a quantum leap. A quantum leap into your higher self is an embodiment process of claiming your truth, of claiming your source creator, of claiming you're the one creator that created this all through your infiniteness. There's not just one way back to source. If you're saying source consciousness must be infinite, there ain't one way. There's only one way, which is your way. And that comes from people like myself helping you rewrite the fucking rule book, okay? That's what I want to invite you to. Hit me back, message me, email me, open up lines of communication, and let's get cracking. Because I tell you what, there is a whole fucking lot of fun work to be done. But that starts with you saying yes to your tomorrow today. Love. Let's do this. When I say infinite, I mean it.